Well, hello. I'm Kim Fredrickson, patient columnist at pulmonaryfibrosisnews.com. I write a weekly column called Just Breathe, Compassionate Help for the PF Journey. As a pulmonary fibrosis patient, as well as a marriage and family therapist of 30 years, I try to combine practical and compassionate help as we walk through this very difficult journey. Today I'm going to be talking about options for supplemental oxygen use when you're away from home. And I'm covering this today in this video as well as in my column at Pulmonary Fibrosis News. Well, when you're out and about, going to the doctor or on errands or going to the store or a movie, we need to be able to bring oxygen with us. And there's three major types of oxygen that you can use when you're out and about. Well, the first one are gas cylinders, and those are these big cylinders, usually called e-tanks, that you put on a cart and you push around, and it has pressurized gas in it, pressurized oxygen gas. And you hook it up to your cannula and set the regulator on the top to how many liters per minute that you are to breathe, according to what your doctor told you. And you can push the cylinder around, and you can also carry one or two extra cylinders in your car. And in my column today, I share about how to be really careful when you're transporting these cylinders in your car, because it can actually be dangerous. So I hope that you check out that column, and I'll put a link to that column in the comment box below. The second type of oxygen that you can bring with you on the go is via a portable oxygen concentrator. And this is a small machine that you can bring with you. Either you can push it on a cart, you can put it in a backpack, or you can put it in a bag that you put over your shoulder. And you can bring it with you wherever you go. And what it does is it takes oxygen out of the air, and it concentrates it by getting rid of all of the nitrogen that's also in the air that we normally breathe. And what it does is it concentrates that oxygen at a much higher level and sends it back to you through the cannula like this, and you end up breathing a higher concentration of oxygen than you would normally get just in room air. So you can walk around with one of these concentrators, and they're operated by batteries. You can also plug them in and charge them. And the great thing is you're able to use them on a plane if you are going flying. And you can bring them on the plane, and the airlines all have a section on each of their websites that talk about which types of concentrators you can bring on the plane and how you need a doctor's note to be able to get on the plane. But it's just a wonderful option if you're still able to fly. So we're going to head over right now to my dining room table, and I'm going to show you the portable oxygen concentrator that I have and demonstrate for you a little bit, just so you can see how it works. Okay? So hey, let's head on over. Okay, so this is my Inogen G2, and it is an oxygen concentrator. It fits in a bag that you can put over your shoulder and carry. When I was using it, I used to put it in a backpack and put it over my back, my shoulders. And the one that I have, I bought a big battery for it, and it'll go, I believe, 3 hours on 6. It goes up to 6 pulse. It's not continuous flow. And if you kind of listen, it makes a noise when I breathe. It gives me a pulse of oxygen, but it's not all the time. And when I used to use it all the time, I bought actually an extra 2 big batteries to make sure that I always had enough, and because I was still working with it for quite some time, and I'm not now, but I was. And then when I would fly, the airline makes sure you have to prove that you have enough batteries to last double your flight in case something goes wrong. And you can see the cord right there. You plug it into the side and you can charge it. Actually, you can plug it in while you're using it, or plug it into your car to charge, or you can get even a separate charger that I don't have right here, but you can take a battery and plug it into a wall. So that's what I used for a really long time, the Inogen G2. They have an Inogen G3 that goes to up to 4 pulse, and this Inogen G2 goes up to 6 pulse, and that's the highest that they make. And so that was good for me for a while, actually quite a while, like 2 years, until I got worse. And right now it's on 6. And when I got worse, and now I'm on 8, constant flow, this doesn't really work for me anymore. So I keep it in the trunk of my car if there's an emergency, like say my liquid runs out or something, and it feels good to have it in there just in case. I've actually had to use it a couple times, so it's been a blessing to me, but it's nothing that I can use anymore going out and about because I'm on too high a flow of oxygen. So the next video you're gonna see is my husband Dave, who's gonna demonstrate how to fill the liquid oxygen strollers or containers to use when you're out and about. Well, this is my wonderful husband, Dave.
Hello.
And every day he fills up these portable strollers from my liquid oxygen. And so he's going to actually show us how he does it. All right.
Okay. So there's a special attachment that allows you to connect this. You have to line it up in a certain way. It's got to be exactly a 90-degree angle when you put on the stroller. If you're at an angle like this or an angle like this, it won't go on. So there is a little bit of effort to get it aligned, but after that it's pretty simple. If you hear that hissing, I don't know if you can hear it, it means that there's now a connection between the large tank and the small tank that's open. There's a valve at the top of the small tank that's opened with this key, and once I turn the key, you're going to hear a very loud hiss as the liquid oxygen starts to, which is under a lot of pressure in this big tank, starts to, because of the pressure, leak out into the small tank, which has now almost no pressure. So I'm going to turn the key. And you probably want to show them the... I turn it off just before it completely fills to the highest bar because that last bar creates a tremendous amount of cold and tends to freeze up the valves, and it's not worth the trouble. So it's now full, and again, if you look on the little screen, you'll see we're one bar below the top. Perhaps you'll see that.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you, Dave. I really appreciate it.
Now, it normally takes about 5 times longer than that. It probably takes about 2 to 3 minutes. This one was 3/4 full to start with.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so Dave's going to show now just how he'll attach this or strap this onto a little cart that I actually use for something else. And we put 2 bungee cords on it. And then that's what I push around. And when I go out, I actually have 2 others of these in the car, just as an emergency backup.
already filled.
And each one of these will last me about an hour and a half if all is perfect, and often all is not perfect. So it's nice to have extra ones if I need them. Okay, so I just want to show you when I'm going to go out. I've got the liquid oxygen bungee to the cart, and then I hang my purse off the top of it, and I have a little pouch here that I actually keep on there all the time, and in it I keep an extra set of car keys and an extra cannula and money, just in case I lock myself out of the car. So that's on there all the time. So then I just push this around, and that's how I get around. So here's the back of my car. If I'm going to be out for a while, I actually have these two other portables. Each one lasts me about an hour and a half. And like I mentioned earlier, sometimes they work out, sometimes one of them might freeze, and it's just really nice to have an extra one just in case. And what's right here is this is a small liquid oxygen tank. I think it's called an M20 that holds about, I'm trying to think, I'm on 8 liters a minute, but I think it holds about maybe 18 hours of use. So if we go on a trip, we have them fill it up. It's nice to be able to fill up the portables while I'm going to be away for a day or two. And so I have that as well in the back of my car. So it's kind of a nice setup. I had to fight like a dog to get it, but it's been really nice and very beneficial to me. Well, I hope that was helpful for you to see what options are available to get out and about with portable oxygen, whether that be with gas cylinders or a portable oxygen concentrator or liquid oxygen that are in strollers or containers. So I hope it helps you not have to learn everything from the School of Hard Knocks, which is what I went through. So if you haven't been over to my column yet, please do visit me at pulmonaryfibrosisnews.com. There's a tab that says Just Breathe column, and you can click it and see all of the columns that I've written. I would love to have you join me and leave comments and ask questions and contribute by sharing all that you know, because I certainly do not know everything. I am learning, just like you. And we're in this together, and I'm happy to share with you today. I wish you the very, very best to enjoy every moment that you have in the best ways that you can. And I hope that today has helped a little bit so that you can take care and enjoy life and get out and about. And it was great to talk with you today, and we'll talk again soon. Okay, thank you.